Hi, I'm Elaine Harding. Welcome to my blog stampwithelaine.com. Today's project is this interactive card with a hidden message which is revealed when you pull the tag here. To make this card, I've used the Bonanza Buddies Bundle. This is a photopolymer stamp set, and these are the coordinating dies. So there are two pennants, a label, a party hat. I don't know really what those are for. I haven't discovered it yet. But this is for the lion. It's a two-part one. One cuts the body and the head. Although it's one die, it actually cuts the head separately and the body separately. And then this is for the mane. Like so, and this little bit here is actually the tip of the tail, and then obviously you've got the koala. Oh, I think I know what that is. I think that's for the pom-pom, and that's for the party hat, and that's for the balloons. Okay, sorted. I'll also be using the stitch shaped dies. I'm going to be using the three larger sizes, except the smallest one. The stitch shaped dies come in an oval shape and also a circle, and there are 4 of each, and I'm using the squares. I'm going to be using the 3 largest squares in this set, so the second, third and fourth largest. To die cut these panels, you need to die cut one with the 4th largest die, one in terracotta tile with the 3rd largest square, and also one in very vanilla with the 3rd largest square, and one with the 2nd largest square. So this goes on top of that, and this one goes on top of that. The card base is half an A4 sheet. In Europe, this measures 5 7/8 by 8 1/4. That's 14.85 by 21 centimeters and folded in half. Then you need 2 pieces of Whisper White cardstock, both cut at 5 1/2 by 3 3/4. That's 14 centimeters by 9.5. One is for the top and one is for the card insert. By using the Birthday Bonanza papers, this is the front, that's the reverse of this sheet. This is the front and the reverse of the second double-sided design. The top and the reverse, top and reverse. We're going to be using this one, which has been cut at 5 3/8 by 3 5/8, which is 13.7 by 9.2, and that goes on top of this piece here. You also need a 2" by 6" piece, which is the mechanism for the flip over thing, the hidden message. Scraps of terracotta tile and mango melody to die cut the 2 flags. This is a scallop one and this is the triangular bunting. So first we're going to score the 6" strip, and you, with the long side at the top, you score at 2 and 2 1/2. Ooh. The inks I'm using are Mango Melody, Terracotta Tile and Bermuda Bay Crumb Cake Marker. The delightful tag topper punch and the classic label punch, 3/4" circle punch. And if you get a combination of that and get up to the level 1, you'll get these sequins and baker twine combo for free from the Sale-a-bration brochure, which I've used on this card here. I'm using my Stamp-a-ratus again, just wanting to stamp the body of the lion and the lion's mane. Pick up the stamp. I'll ink up the lion in Mango Melody and his mane in terracotta tile. I think the mane's alright, but it's the body and head that probably needs a second stamping. Before I go and die cut it, I'm just going to pop this little facial detail here, pick it up and ink that up in terracotta tile. Give it a second one. Because these stamps are so tiny, it's best to put them away as soon as you've used them so as not to lose it. And next we're going to die cut it. So there's the magnetic platform, base cutting plate, and pop that over. I probably need a bit of washi tape to hold that down because it's polarizing. Then I need the body and the head. Top cutting plate, and I'll do that off camera and I'll be back shortly. Here are my die cut pieces. As you can see, although it's one die, it's actually cut the head and the body and tail separately, just as it's done with the mane and hair for the tail. Now I've actually made a wibbly wobbly thing for the lion's head. It bounces. So I'll show you how to do that. You need a 3/4 inch circle punch and a scrap of paper. I'll just draw a spiral. I think that's too close together. So take your scissors and cut round that spiral. I've got some bought ones anyway, but that's how to make your own. Pull it out and you glue that end to the bottom and this to the top to make it bounce. So next we're going to try and assemble the card. Okay, with this one we want to do a bit of scribbling to ground it, and then I'm going to glue the body directly onto the cardstock. Pop him down there, cut a tiny bit of dimensional from the rim to put on the tail. Now you can either glue that on and then that on top of that. I've got one of these proper bought wobbles, so I'm going to use that instead. But if you don't have one, then you can use your own manufactured one. So take the sticky backing off it. And position that dimensional on the back for his face. You see. Then I'm going to stamp Happy Birthday in terracotta tile. Then I'm going to switch stamps with the pom-pom one to decorate the rest of the card. I'll glue that piece onto the back of this so that I don't lose it, and set that aside. And while I've got the stamps and inks out, I'm going to stamp the sentiment. I'll ink up this little triangle, which could double up for a pennant as well as the party hat, and the little pom-pom in Mango Melody. Going to stamp the lion just peeping round the corner, and his mane. Try and line that up, hopefully. And you've got to do his face. So now we can glue that to the inside of the card. Glue that inside. Glue this layer, which is the matte layer, onto the card front. Now comes the fun bit. Take the classic label punch, centre it on here as far as it will go, and it's equidistant between there, the edge of the punch there, and the edge of the punch on the right. So punch, and then on the longer piece you want to insert that into your delightful topper punch and punch. Then you take the smaller of the squares and you want to adhere it to the first score line. So just put adhesive on this square here. So it covers that up. And on the second one, you want to put adhesive on the ridge here and adhere it so that it covers the other square. Okay. Next you want to insert this in the slot and center the large square here with the line on top on the designer series paper there, okay? That's the correct position. Fold that back and just put a bit of adhesive on there. Cut some dimensionals. And put it around the area here. And then take the baker's twine. Want to cut 3 pieces the same length. Loop it in the middle and thread it from the top to the back, and then pull that tight. Now you can adhere it to the Whisper White layer on the front of your card. Take all the dimensionals off. Make sure it's the right way up. Okay. And then center it on there so it's got an even border all round. There you go. Then you want to adhere your banners. Now I need to put the sequins on, and I'm going to do this off camera because they're quite fiddly to do and it'll just take ages. I've done most of it, so there's just one last one to do. Trim this off. There's the card finished. It's got a wibble wobble head and also a hidden message, so I think that's an interactive card and I love it. Thanks for joining me today, and I hope you've enjoyed it too. You'll find the supply links below this video in the show more section. You can find me on Pinterest, Instagram or Facebook, and you can also visit my blog, of course. Thanks for watching. Bye.